Hello everyone, Juicebags here, and I'm playing a little Dungeon Defenders, playing the King's Game on Nightmare Hardcore mode. Me and my good friend Toucan Sam here are going to get it done. Now, Toucan Sam is quite the Dungeon Defenders addict, so I have the luxury of having a geared out builder of every class, good to go, and ready to make things happen, so here we go. And it starts us off on wave 7, of course. I'll never quite understand that. You can enter the starting wave as wave 1, and it starts off, starts you off in random waves, usually like 7 or 8. Since Toucan is going to be doing all the building, I'm just running around and collecting mana for him, doing all the grunt work here. This is a very fun map to do. All the crazy levels and everything. Of course, it makes it a little difficult to see what's going on. This is I disabled some of the settings to try to make this video not quite as colorful, but there's a lot of bright flashing colors in this game, and it's not quite to the level where it's irritating, but it's really, really close. I think I got all the mana gathered up. I don't see any more chests on the map anywhere. And Toucan's getting it all squared away here. Got 80 more seconds left, so I'm going to go ahead and jump on forward until we get the action started. Right, and here we go. We got 5 more seconds left. This is the top floor. I'm going to be guarding it. And of course I'll jump down and help out Toucan when he needs it. But basically my task is going to be just to collect up mana and get these traps and such upgraded. Get a couple upgrades thrown down here since I'm going to be at full mana really, really quickly. Those big ogres are quite the pain, so you gotta definitely get those guys burned down pretty darn quickly. Get a couple of upgrades thrown around here at least, and then get myself capped back up. It doesn't take long to get to the cap when you have the right pet out. I got this little genie going here, so every time I do damage, it has a chance to restore mana to me, which is kind of nice. Let's see, I'm capped again. And capped again. This time I think I'm going to save the mana here for Toucan and let him get things built up. Maybe I'll go down to the bottom here and just throw a couple of upgrades around. Get like the base upgrade going on some of these auras at least. Anyone who knows the game or can look and see what traps and such that we're using. Basically we're going the strength weakening aura, the slow aura, and the lightning aura. And then we've got explosive traps, gas traps, and I think the proximity mine traps. And then archers, mages, and a spider in the mix. Alright, let me go see if I can hand some mana off to Toucan here. He's got his EV out, setting up some buff beams and physical beams. And I think he'll put some reflective beams up also. Toucan couldn't get in on the voice chat with me. He's got some roommates and we play at very odd hours sometimes. Most important thing to get upgraded first is going to be those tower buff beams. And here we go, I got the next wave getting started here. It's like he didn't need the mana, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw more upgrades around. And here we go. Got an ogre coming here. Got to put the hurting on him. This the King's Game gives weapons upon completion. Fairly awesome weapons at that. That's where my current one came from. Of course, as any gear dependent game like this, we're always looking to grind up some more of those. So I don't have the best weapon I could get, but I have a pretty darn good one for my level right now. A couple more mana before I can get that fully upgraded there. Gets very hectic if you haven't played the game. Now, I've said it before, but one of the things about Dungeon Defenders, I originally got the game about a year ago, and I played through the first few levels, and to be honest with you, it was very, very boring. Now, the higher you get, and when you get further up into some of the higher level maps, and you can start doing the Nightmare hardcore modes and such, it's actually quite a bit going on. It can be challenging. Toucan was good enough to come along and babysit me here because the builders I have are not capable of handling this type of intensity. So I've got a good DPS character here that's, I mean, of course he's nowhere near maxed, but he's in pretty decent shape. Wonder how Toucan's doing. Oh man, let me check with him here. He's his builder is pretty squared away, so he's saying that's good enough right there. So we'll just throw some upgrades around. And let me go check the bottom floor here. Got 50 seconds still until the next wave starts, so plenty of time. Just want to check these chests and get a little bit more mana out. Get some things upgraded. With the Toucan's builders being all badass, it doesn't really require as many upgrades as I'll probably end up throwing around. But we'll get it there. Right, so we're back here at the start of Wave 10. And I want to go ahead and get squared away on mana again. Toucan got some badass gear last night. He's actually the reason I am playing this game. Again, as I said, I gave it a shot. I think I got it during the Steam Holiday Sale of 2011, something like that. And was bored to tears with it. It's the starting levels are too easy, and it makes you it can make you lose interest in the game if you don't stick through it. Now, once you get up to these higher levels, it's a little bit more interesting. There's a lot more going on, a lot tougher maps. There's a few maps that I've tried to get into and just haven't been able to complete. They're just ridiculous difficulty. If you can look at Dungeon Defenders as like a true strategic tower defense game, you will absolutely love it. It's some of the maps get a little bit boring because you can just basically set up and go AFK, which of course is good for farming, but tends to not be as exciting, of course. Just throwing around random upgrades. I don't even care what I'm upgrading at this point. His defenses are pretty mean, so they get the job done very easily, in fact. Crazy amounts of XP in this one too. Get a couple of repairs going. We're going to try to put out all of the videos on all of the bonus maps, and then some of the newer DLC stuff. Some of the maps are very difficult, and you know, of course, some of them are very easy. And there we go. That wave was relatively simple to complete, but it helps out when you got a badass builder setting up for you. Toucans, traps, and defenses are a win. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I have a really tough time playing it without him because I've become spoiled. He has now, as I mentioned before, he's the one that kind of got me to start playing it again anyway. But after I run some of these maps with him and then try to do it by myself, then I realize exactly how much he is babysitting me. Which is fine, I'll take it. Appreciate it, Toucan. Hopefully he's going to put some Dungeon Defenders videos out pretty soon, because he does the crazy intense stuff too that I'm not quite capable of hanging with. I'm sure he's going to have some videos up at some point on his channel. Throw a couple more upgrades around. His minions are ridiculous, so I usually try to upgrade them last. Now, of course, not everyone's minions are like that, but Toucan's minions are just insanely good. They can handle that big-ass ogre just beating on them. That's crazy. Get all these R's upgraded. Really, the order you should go in with the upgrades is the buff beams, then the auras, then any of the damaging traps, and then everything else. So that's kind of what I try to stick to. Big old ogre trying to get up in my face again there. What are you thinking, Mr. Ogre? Bad things happen to you when you do that. Alright, getting pretty close on the traps here. See, he just gets right up in there. If I try doing that, I get one shot. It's definitely a very defensive game. You can't just go running around, or you will get wrecked. This is one of the more fun leveling type maps. It gives you a ton of experience, some really good loot when you do it on like hardcore nightmare survival, and then plus just mad experience also, so you can get leveled really quick. And I've been spoiled on all aspects of it. Toucan did quite a bit of power leveling with me to get me up to this stage. But once again, I'll take it. I am not complaining a bit. Especially since it doesn't get... if he wouldn't have helped me out with it like that, I probably would not still be playing it, because, as I mentioned, the beginning is just so blah. And we're getting pretty squared away up here. I don't even think I need to upgrade those minions. He's telling me it's good enough. At this point, we can just save the mana and take the mana as currency in this game. So any mana you don't use goes right into your bank. I'm throwing some more upgrades around anyway. I know we don't need them. He got some Supreme armor pieces last night apparently, which is Supreme and Ultimate are the tops, and there's like some Ultimate pluses or something like that too. I wonder if he needs any upgrades down below. No, it looks like he got it all upgraded down below. This game requires massive amounts of cash. There's quite a bit of farming involved in the game. Sometimes boring, sometimes fun. I guess it depends on what kind of a mood you're in and what map you're doing. You get pretty, the cap is 600 million mana that you can have stored. And, like for example, I think that last wave, just that wave alone, we got about 30 million. I'll look at the start of the next wave and see exactly where we're at. Yeah, pretty much everything's upgraded but the minions. He's saying not to bother with the minions because they're pretty badass, unupgraded. But very smooth run so far. Seen some pretty ugly runs too. This next break I'll run around the map a little bit and show you our full setup. And as you see, we got the gas traps, explosion traps, and proximity mines going all over the place out here. We got the auras set up in the middle, using the ensnare, the strength weakening, and the lightning aura. And we get a ditto with the traps over on this side. I don't even think these traps are going to end up needing to be repaired. See, if we had my builder in here, these traps would all be smashed in by now, and they wouldn't be doing near as much damage. But that is the luxury I have. with old Toucan Sam taking care of business for me. A lot of big numbers in this game, like something with no resistances, just the level I am with this gun. It hits for 1.5 million or something. And of course you can spam them, you see how many rounds are coming out of there. So very big numbers in the game. Guess we're going to have to do some repairing. Toucan busts his Jester out quite a bit, and the Jester has a one of their abilities allows you to repair everything on the map. They have a little wheel, like a slot machine wheel type thing, and you select it up and get everything on the map repaired. It's pretty awesome. Get some of these repairs going here. Let's see, what else needs it? Not much, that's for sure. I'll go check on the bottom floor. So basically, of course, there is our Eternia crystal, which we are protecting. I think he got got it all repaired down there already. If you open your mini-map, the traps will flash. So yeah, we got 39, excuse me, cat deciding to jump directly on my lap. And he's a fatty. So when old Blitz jumps on you, you know it. That's for damn sure. Anyway, we got 39 million mana just that last wave, so that's pretty huge. It's actually not crap. We've done this with Toucan on survival mode, where like wave 22 or 23 or whatever, we got 160 million mana each or something ridiculous like that. Just craziness. One of the main things is you can almost just kick it in here behind these shields and do repairs, but you have to make sure that you get on those ogres and burn them down. Not as much of an issue with Toucan here, because his minions are such badass, but those ogres come in and they'll smash some faces, there's no doubt about that. As you see, all the bright flashiness going on, and lots of numbers going everywhere, and this is really toned down. I turned the video settings down because it gets a little bit much, but that's alright. All part of the game. Uh-oh. Didn't see that ogre. Let me get myself healed up. It's another nice thing compared to a lot of other games. Every class has a self-heal, which is awesome, especially when you're a nub like me. You need it. Use it often. Whoa. That's one of the things you definitely got to pay attention to on this map. Is if you're not careful, you will run right off the side. Yeah, see, Toucan's just kicking it up top here, shooting up some ogres and just letting the bottom handle itself. And that's, you know, the luxury of having elite builders. it's definitely a fun game. It's a little bit on the grindy side. As I mentioned, you do require just ungodly amounts of cash or mana to get your gear all upgraded. And I mean ungodly amounts. Billions and billions. Now, of course, the cap is 600 million, so once you get capped out, you can either buy a mana token from your little innkeeper guy, or just spend that coin on the upgrades. Alright, we got the final wave approaching. One of the problems I have is I've got a pretty decent set of gear. Not exceptional, but I've got a okay quality pawn shot, and I've got full transcendent gear, which is like the third tier from the best or whatever. But the problem I have is my resistances are really crappy. So with the crappy resistances, I get owned a lot. Like the big ogres and stuff all one-shot me. So I gotta keep my distance. Now luckily I'm on a ranged character, so it's all good. I haven't tried melee in this game. But there's several. See, we got 51 million that wave, I believe it was. The melee classes, there's the barbarian, I think. And of course you can melee with your monk. You can melee with the squire. I think the only one that is potentially effective is with the barbarian, because they've got group buffs that they can use. Not positive on that, but I think so. I'll have to check with Toucan on that one. So anyway, he was telling me I need to get my armor as I upgrade my armor, not to neglect my resistances, since my resistances are low. I do get my face stomped in regularly. Toucan wanted to change over to his monk. That's one of the cool things about the game, is you can, obviously by looking at our trap setup here, you can switch in and out every wave, different classes of characters, and that's how you get all the different defenses all set up. But like on this case, you can bring your better character in, and then when you get to the last wave, get on one of your weaker characters and get the free loot for them, since you've already got it on your good guys. So that's what Toucan was after there. Wants to get a weapon on his monk. Alright, I'm going to do a real quick run downstairs. Hopefully I don't get wrecked on the way. And take a look at our defenses here. Basically, we got the same type of setup. We got the Eternia Crystal in the middle with all our defenses around it. And they're getting the job done here. Let me go ahead and run back up top. Check things out. Yeah, we didn't even hardly need to do any repairs. He's got the awesome builder gear, so was not required. Getting close, 1,100 of 1,700 dead. So only 600 more, and they're dropping like flies. Those little copters there give me a bit of a hard time sometimes. They launch missiles down at you. And particularly in the later waves of survival mode, those missiles will one-shot me, and they're an AoE type thing, so you really have to be careful with them. Just get the flyers down as quickly as you can. Those little copters cruising around up there, because they start launching those missiles, it makes things a bit more difficult. Got some different flyers coming in right there. And now we're just about there. 1730 of 1788. They're just dropping so fast now. But anyway, there it is. This is Dungeon Defenders: The King's Game on Nightmare Hardcore mode. So thank you very much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to do more Dungeon Defenders videos, so if you guys are interested, if there's any particular level you want to see in general, by all means, put it in the comments below, and I'll see if I can't get Toucan to help me out there. But thanks again.